If you saw Monday's episode, you would have seen some of the rarest items, video games and consoles in my collection. Today is part 2 of that mini-series, and I'm going to show you some of the items that are the most sentimental to me, starting with these.
I would argue that this is one of the most famous manga movie posters ever, and it has a lot to do with what you're about to see, because in my hands are some original Akira film cels and drawings from the actual artist that made the film back in the 1980s. And what you're actually seeing here are film cels. Now, these are hand-drawn, gorgeous pieces of art, of course, individual scenes, cels, as the name suggests, from the film. It's an absolutely incredible, unique piece. And if you have a look on eBay, these film cels go for absolutely thousands. Now, you're probably wondering how I acquired them. Well, many moons ago, I was down south and I did a retro game hunt. I've forgotten the name of the shop now. And the chap actually said to me, hey, check these out. So we got this whole massive box of them. And I had a look through and I picked out the ones that I wanted to buy. And it turns out he knew somebody who knew somebody personally that actually worked on this project. So for me, this is incredible. Unfortunately, I don't know the name of the artists that are responsible for the individual cels, but I plan to get these framed and have them up in the lady loft because I've had them for a lot of years, and I actually keep them in a tube. I have actually got a cardboard poster tube that these go in because I don't really want them to get damaged, and they're in incredible condition, and I've had them, like I said, a lot of years. So they have maintained the condition really, really well. But I think this is such an incredible film and so synonymous with the manga community. And I think if you don't necessarily know a lot about manga and anime, you'll always know the name Akira and you'll always know this artwork. So it's an incredible sentimental piece, and I'm very happy to own them.
Pretty neat on the Akira film cels. Really stoked to have some of those. I still need to get frames for them actually, so please don't crucify me in the comments. I will get some frames soon. But I'm going to show you another film cel now that I acquired from one of the original Tomb Raider developers.
Before Heather Gibson was a Tomb Raider developer at core, she was a developer at Rare, and I've met Heather a number of times. We do have some really nice conversations when we do meet, and you'll see her later in this video. But she gave me this. This is from the Sesame Street game on the NES, and it's really cool that she gave me this out of a private portfolio. There's a picture of me and her somewhere. I'll have to check my iCloud, but I couldn't find it at the time of recording this episode. And I'm throwing in this bonus here of me and Yu Suzuki. This was in Germany at Gamescom. He kindly signed my copy of the Shenmue Retro Gamer and Super Hang-On. So stoked to have met Yu Suzuki.
Next up is my Tomb Raider shelf. I've been fortunate enough to meet the voice actresses from Tomb Raider 2 upwards to Tomb Raider, I think it's like Chronicles and the Last Revelations era. The only one I've not met is Shelley Blonde, but check all this really neat stuff out from my Tomb Raider collection.
So yes, over to the Tomb Raider collection now. Now, fortunately first of all, this is the original Tomb Raider 3 script for the game. It's actually a photocopy of the original that my friend Luke owns, and it was signed by Judith Gibbons. Judith Gibbons was the voice actress for Lara in Tomb Raider 2 and Tomb Raider 3. You can actually see her notes as you go through, and I'm elated to have a copy. Now, I'm fortunate enough to have met every single member of the core development team and all of the Laras from the first 5 games except for Shelley Blonde. Here you can see some footage from the TR26 event. Now this is Janelle, the voice of Lara, and Curtis from Angel of Darkness, and then this is us goofing around as we get the really cool pictures taken. So I have lots of things signed. Judith Gibbons, again from Tomb Raider 2, Laura, which again you'll see shortly. It was such a tremendous event, and you can see all of the games that I've got signed here. Again, I'm just needing Shelley Blonde. So this is actually Heather here, the blonde lady. She was the only female developer on the core design team, and again the very, very kind soul that gave me the Sesame Street cell from the NES when she worked at Rare. And this was just kind of getting everything signed. The chap in the polo neck was Daryl Baxter. He is the author of the unofficial Tomb Raider book, really good book. And then as we go down the line, it's the remaining of the core development team. I do believe there's actually a couple of them missing, and unfortunately one passed away. And then here we have some footage of Judith Gibbons, the voice actress for Tomb Raider 2 and 3, signing my stuff at the TR25 event, which was an absolutely amazing thing to see. And we're actually going to the Tomb Raider 27 event in August. No, it's October, sorry. So yeah, hopefully I will see you guys there.
One of the most recent things in my collection was actually a mistake, because I ordered something from Romero Games, of course, John Romero, famed so deeply for Doom. And he recently released a game on the PC, and it was a special edition. You could order a copy. Well, I won't tell you anymore. Let's roll the footage.
You'll see a box here that says Romero Games, and inside are 2 big box copies of Project Warlock. Now, Project Warlock has been out for quite some time, and John Romero didn't develop it. It was developed by Jacob Sislow, if I've pronounced that right. But John Romero partnered up with the developers and released Project Warlock in a big box PC form. Now, I have 2. And that's because originally you could have whatever writing you wanted on the front of the box. So I just put the Gebs 24. Unfortunately, they spelt it wrong and sent me this brand new one here that is factory sealed as the Gebs 24. Now, I think that's really cool. I'm super stoked to have John's signature, especially as I'm yet to meet him. Hopefully one day I can meet John Romero himself. But this is a really nice game in the vein of Doom and Hexen and all the classic first-person shooters. So I wanted to show you some gameplay for those of you that might be interested in playing it.
We must take the Earth back. Piece of cake. Armed with skills.
I think Project Warlock looks really cool, and the great news is it's out on PC, PlayStation, Switch and Xbox One. It's £11.99 on the PlayStation, so I'm going to be downloading that and streaming it over on Twitch. But nonetheless, I really like my 2 boxes of Project Warlock on the big box PC, even with a spelling mistake.
I could have spent hours talking about the things in this collection. It's really hard to narrow it down. We've seen the most rarest and expensive items to some of my most sentimental items. Of course, I love my SNES collection, but I thought I'd go a little bit more niche with this episode. So please let me know what are some of the most sentimental things in your collection. Leave a comment and please subscribe if you're kind enough. Share this video far and wide. But for now, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.
I need a few seconds of your time to tell you about channel memberships. If you guys want to become a channel member, click join from the main page or the second link in the description. There are 3 tiers, all with different perks for you if you want to become a team member. Thanks for your time. Let's continue with the video.